Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman or God, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, to sage Narada and all the sages and saints, and to each of you, divine soul, watching today's satsang. So today we will be studying Sutra number 10 of the Narada Bhakti Sutras. It's chapter 1, which is Nature of Supreme Devotion. Commentary is by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji, and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get started on Sutra number 10, chapter 1. Sutra is Anyashrayanam Tyago Ananyata. Again, Ananyashrayanam Tyago Ananyata. Giving up all other supports is called single-minded devotion. Explanation: there is nothing to distract the mind of a devotee. One-pointed. Therefore, wherever his mind goes, he sees the presence of the divine self. He sees God in everything and everywhere. With a vision steeped in divine love, there is no room for any other support in the heart of a devotee. So, while the Raj Yoga ascends the ladder of yoga in order to experience Niralamba Samadhi, or a Samadhi without any support, a Bhakti Yoga yogi attains the same goal by surrendering his body, mind, senses and ego to the divine self. So he becomes an instrument in God's hand. His body, mind, ego, senses, everything is devoted to divinity, God's projects. So as long as the mind is filled with worldly impressions, there are many pleasure centers in the world that continue to distract us and pull us into the world. For example, the love for sex, fame, wealth, food, drink, and the manifold vanities of the world. And it seems so real and intoxicating and enticing that many people get blown away and sucked into the world process. So such a worldly mind is just as fickle and restless as a monkey's mind. Therefore, have you seen monkeys, how restless they are, constantly jumping from one branch to the other? This is how our senses are. The more we agitate them, the more agitated they get, the more they want, and we don't experience peace as a result. A devotee, on the other hand, has destroyed these pleasure centers by discovering their illusoriness. So he no longer finds these so-called tricklets to give him pleasure. He is risen beyond them, a serious devotee. His mind has tasted the unbounded bliss of divine love, because the devotee has found something so much better. So imagine if you have pure Ganges water that is holy and crystal clear in front of you. Why would you drink water from a stinking well? You would not want it. You would want this clean, pure water. And that's what happens. The devotee starts to enjoy the bliss, the nectar of his devotion and God's blessings, and automatically the worldly pleasures seem to fade away. So to a devotee, a God is a friend, a master, a beloved, mother, father. That's why we have this prayer. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhus cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Oh God, and we also say this to our Guru, you are our God, you are our mother, you are our father, you are our friend, you are our wealth, and you are our everything. So when we feel like that, there is no more separation. It becomes blended into one mystic sweetness of love. So it is just as the Muhammadan saint Rahim, he said this, that the beauty of my beloved has entered my eyes. The inn of my inward life is full to the capacity. So we should become full to the brim with love of God. So then, how can any other form of worldly beauty find entrance into my life? So therefore, when the cup is full, nothing more can enter into it. And our cup should be filled with God's love. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.